Ocean View School District serves these fresh, locally sourced foods to students every day. Be sure to check them out in your school's cafeteria to get a taste.
Hi, I'm Asher, and welcome to Edible Education with Ocean View School District. Today, we're with the Somas family with Azteca Farms in Oxnard Farmers Market.
If you come to the farmers market, you can usually talk to the people that grow your vegetables. You're not only helping your community, you're helping whole families thrive.
We've been farming for about 21 years, and we take a lot of pride into what we do and how we harvest.
I do everything in the farm. I'll plant, I'll take weeds out, I'll harvest, everything. We grow vegetables like celery, cabbage, zucchini, fennel, watermelon, kale, and chives, and smallish things. So we do cover crops. There's kale, things that have a lot of nitrogen in them that help give back to the earth what we've taken. Like, we let things just sit for a while as well. We rotate the crops. We take everything by hand, so there's no herbicide or pesticide. Sometimes we'll lose whole crops, but it's okay. It's gonna go back in the ground, so it nourishes it either way. When you get things at the store, they're usually from different countries. It adds a lot to the carbon footprints. A tough situation with climate change. It's way too hot or way too cold. I think the best thing is having a relationship with your farmers. You know who's growing it, or how they're growing it, or why they're growing it, and usually they can tell you what it's good for. But it's a lot of responsibility. It's really rewarding because you see things when they're like in seed form until they're like big, and then you get to sell it, and people tell you what they do with them, how they cook them, and they're being nourished somehow. So that's super cool.
This is the way of us surviving, and this is our employment.
Well, that's how we make a living. I know a lot of people think that we're really expensive sometimes, but it's the only way that we can make a living and keep the farm going, because we pride ourselves in growing the best quality vegetables. You need really good quality seed, and those are always a bit more expensive.
Well, we actually don't have any workers on the farm. It's all family operated, so you're basically just helping out a family operation if you're supporting us.
Like my husband says, the vegetables are our children as well, because we saw them since they were little, and then we start harvesting them, which is great that you could actually do that. It doesn't always happen. Sometimes we lose the crops because of aphids, or the weather is not adaptable to like create them or grow them. So it's nice when we're able to pick them and bring them to the farmers market.
All right, now that we got our carrots, let's see what Chef Leslie can do with them.
We're with Leslie Arnett, owner and baker of The Bread Box, and what are we going to be making today, Chef?
Well, we're going to make a very versatile recipe. It's for carrot cake.
Ooh, I love cake!
Yeah. So you can make cupcakes, a layered cake, loaf cake, whatever. We're going to also play with flavors. We're going to add apple to today's cake.
Ooh.
And nuts are very optional. We're going to do no nuts because as a kid I didn't like nuts. So yeah, that's what we're going to do.
All right, let's jump right into it.
So we're going to peel all the carrots and get them ready for the Cuisinart. If you don't have a Cuisinart, you can use one of these guys and do it by hand. And then we're going to cut the gross top off and the bottom. And now we're also going to peel and cut an apple so we can also put it in the Cuisinart.
So can I eat the apple skins?
Yeah, go for it.
Heck yeah.
Okay, and so we have our peeled apple. And just like that. So we need to peel the rest of the carrots.
Is that on me?
Yeah, why don't you peel the carrots and I'll
do
show
that.
them what to do with the dry ingredients. Okay, so we have another bowl for all our dry ingredients. So we're doing 2 cups of flour. And so you want to just get it to that point and use the back of a knife to make it level. We're gonna do 2 teaspoons cinnamon. I love to add a little ginger. We're actually using dry ginger today.
Okay.
And we're going to use a half teaspoon. We're also doing baking soda. So we have 1 teaspoon baking soda and then 1.5 teaspoons salt. Salt in sweet dishes really brings out all the flavors. So what we're going to do is sift it all toward the end. Let's get to the Cuisinart. We're going to sift together the dry ingredients. Using the stand mixer with the paddle attachment, we're going to mix the oil and the sugars. With the mixer running, we're going to add the eggs one at a time until combined. Add all the dry ingredients and mix until the flour is moist. Shred the carrots in the food processor or grater and add to the batter. Stir until combined. Cut parchment circles to the size of the pan. It goes back to stuff you learned in kindergarten. We actually just trace around the circle on the outside of the pan and then cut that circle out. And we do that 3 times. And you're also going to want to spray your pans. Then we're going to bake at 350 for 35 to 45 minutes. So now we're going to do the cream cheese frosting. We have 12 ounces of cream cheese. We're going to mix it so it's all soft. Now we're going to add about half of the powdered sugar and mix it a little bit. Okay, so we're doing 4.5 cups total. I'm going to put two cups in right now. And you want to start slow again because you got a powder that's going to go everywhere if you don't. We're going to add the juice of 1 lemon and a teaspoon of vanilla. So we'll put that all together and set it aside. Next, we're going to scrape down our bowl. Make sure all the chunks are out. Then we're going to add more powdered sugar. And then we're going to let it beat for a little while. We want a little bit of air in there, but not too much. The rest of the sugar. 2.5 more cups of powdered sugar, so 4.5 cups total. And at this point, we can add our lemon juice, ginger, and vanilla. So our cakes are out of the oven. We're actually going to be layering the cakes today with cream cheese frosting. So we're going to make all the layers as even as possible. You see how it kind of domes right here? So we're going to just cut that little top off. I like to start around the edge, and I like it a naked cake. So I do a thick layer in between on all the layers, and I like to see the cake. So I leave the outer part of the cake as much as you can get on there.
I don't trust myself. This is fine. It's fine. It's just cake.
It's gonna be beautiful.
It's gonna be beautiful.
We're gonna put another layer on top.
We're gonna put another. It doesn't.
And it's totally fine. Here, let's keep going with this. And then we've got some sprinkles if you want to decide what kind you want for that.
That was fun.
Well, thank you. I had a lot of fun too.
Thank you for showing me what I can do with carrots.
I know.
It's incredible.